things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Illini, Memorial Stadium in Champaign, Illinois. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Illinois Fighting Illini. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Illinois about to kick it away to get things started. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Nittany Lions offense will have the football first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
They'll go to the ground. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Nittany Lions come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Looking to throw on 3rd. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
And that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll leave it with him. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Let's talk for a second about Illinois. They got a boost from their high school recruiting ranks, setting the table for the future, getting a verbal commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
Yeah, it's huge for this defense, not only because of his physical traits. This guy can run, he can cover, he can blitz the passer, but he's also a tremendous leader. This guy could be the alpha on this defense for years to come.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
He's got it. First down and more. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. It's 1st and goal as Illinois comes to the line. Tight end now in motion. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And this offense hopes to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run up the middle.
He's going for the goal line. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Here's the pressure. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Looking to fire. And wings it incomplete. Guys, let's think big picture for a minute and talk about Penn State. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country, 5-star defensive lineman, and they got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's that going to do for them?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting a guy like that you know is plug and play. I mean, big, strong, athletic, makes your defensive line formidable right away. The recruiting class, they just gained some serious momentum.
Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Illinois offense returns to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. The give to the lone running back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. Off play action. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. To the air, it's Newton. Under fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. They'll snap. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. They go to the ground. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29. Let's take just a second and talk about Penn State. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big four-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. He'll fit right in.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Got a man. It's Hansen. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
The Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And I think on that last play, it's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. That is no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
First play of the drive comes from the 38. Here's the handoff. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Handoff to the single back. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
defense is locked in this game so far. They've been shutting this offense down. I think one of the biggest reasons why is they are not letting this running back do anything in this game. They are trying to make them one-dimensional. They're being physical close to the line of scrimmage. They've had a really good game plan. They're executing beautifully.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Illinois lining up to punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Wants to throw on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Hand off from the shotgun. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Snow. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
The short hands, it's Snow. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. And the Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
This guy reminds you a little bit of Devontae Smith back in Alabama winning the Heisman. This guy makes plays week in, week out. Top 5 right now in the nation in receiving yards, and that's why he's in the Heisman discussion.
Takes the handoff. It's Hansen. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Grab near the sticks. It's Snow. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And he's been the go-to guy all year long. Like, he's in the top 5 in all of college football in receiving yards for a reason. They're going to find him because he's always open, making plays. This dude has been unbelievable. He's being mentioned in the Heisman conversation. That is really hard to do as a wide receiver, so that shows you what kind of special year this young man's had.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Snagged out of the air. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Both teams made no secret. They wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the second. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Second down, they'll go to the air. It's on target and complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And this offense has finally put a good drive together. A really good opportunity here. Got to be smart with the football. Don't get too aggressive. Got to get points. But a chance to tie this up going into the half. Considering this offense hasn't played great, that would be a big win.
Close to the marker, it's Snow. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, first and goal.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in third and short because the whole playbook is open, and they go with the pass. I love it.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Penn State!
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point is good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, the big top 15 battle is underway, and it's been very interesting so far. Duke is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Daniel Jones, this offense is not guaranteed to just keep scoring points today. They're up by 7 over Clemson. Any big changes in this ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Starts from their own 25-yard line. Handoff to the single running back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Bringing the heat. That one falls out of bounds, incomplete.
You know, if you're going to complete these stagger throws, you've got to have great anticipation as a quarterback. You almost got to throw it before the receiver comes out of the break. You need better timing on that play.
Looking downfield, it's Newton. They've got the screen set up. Breaks the tackle. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
One of the things... this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They evened things up the last time they had it. The defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. Leaves it with the running back. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field, but they actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside now, wide receiver. You get it in his hands quick. He can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger game.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
The Nittany Lions have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush, playing man coverage in the back end? You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Finds us back in the middle. He stopped short, and it's 4th down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
Really nice job there by the punter on that one, getting a lot of hang time and allowing the gunners to get down the field so they could play it off the bounce, down it. Nice coffin corner kick.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Not much movement there. It's a gain of 1. Gets him out to the 5. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to the run. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Throwing right. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Makes the catch at the 45. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
The Nittany Lions can really attack on this 2nd and short. The bootleg wants to toss it. Going for it all. And it's incomplete. Going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Nittany Lions are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll throw on 3rd and short. grab near the marker. It's Snow. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
The Nittany Lions with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Going to swing it on second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Snow. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows. He can run slants. He can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Flips it out on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Yeah, those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Caught over the middle. It's Martin. He's brought down at the 11-yard line, and now is this 4-down territory, or will they take the chip shot field goal? And they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And with that, they've taken the lead.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Looking to throw, it's Newton. Unloads to the wideout. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Illinois lining up to punt this one away.
Number 18 in punt formation to kick it away.
Takes it on the return. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Martin. At the 35, he's loose. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
That's caught. It's Snow. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Nittany Lions line it up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. And that last one leaves them 8 yards away from pay dirt. It's second and goal. Pocket breaking down. Looking to get it in. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Back to pass, it's Newton. Bates to grab on the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming. Wants to go up top.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Fires to the middle. It's complete. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking downfield on first down. Running into the open space. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been taking in a magnificent scene there today in Champaign. And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this first half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, he's preventing that offense from doing so. A young man with all-American potential. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Nittany Lions will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Looking for a man. It's Newton. Pressure coming. This time he's got his man. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Plows through the defense.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. The Fighting Illini with mere inches to gain on 3rd down. They'll run the sneak for it. Makes it past the marker. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. It's complete. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. A great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting him get some positive yards.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in. Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Illini.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Pulls it in. It's Snow. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. The Nittany Lions come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They'll try the run. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The Nittany Lions come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he just needed a few inches, and the defense was surly and nasty and said, no, sirree. They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. He'll go to the sneak. Gets it past the 1st down marker and still running.
I think that's a big advantage of having a tiny quarterback, right? Is he can find little creases to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on 4th down.
First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. The sure hands, it's Snow. Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asking to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for space. It's Martin. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Makes the catch. It's Snow. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Well, if you're going to be in the Heisman picture, you got to make plays week in, week out at receiver, and that's what he does. He's a good route runner. He's reliable, and he's got speed to take it to the house. Top 5 in the nation right now in receiving yards.
On first down from the 13-yard line. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Penn State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This guy is officially a problem. His second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
Ready to try the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin?
Big one in the Big 12, and take a look at how things are playing out here. West Virginia is down right now, but this young man under center has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born today in Morgantown. They're trailing by just 4 to Oklahoma State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Catch in the middle. It's Dixon. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver. And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll line up for a second down play. Dropping back, it's Newton. Got his man in the middle. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Illinois putting together a really nice drive. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Illinois move the chains on the ground. Let's see if they run behind that big offensive line again. Grabbed in the middle. It's Mahoney. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll send the back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Working that wide receiver screen. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Illinois now staring at a 3rd and short. They'll give it to the back. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Illinois move the chains on the ground. Let's see if they run behind that big offensive line again. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Dixon. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Fighting Illini with options here on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. On a little time, lets it go. They're working that left side. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Illinois coming out with a 1st and 10. Rides the back and leaves it. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Right back to him on the ground. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Fighting Illini.
Well, this offense has been physical. They came out in this game with a lot of pride and the ability up front and the belief that they can block people and get it done. They are dominating this defense. 3 rushing touchdowns now in the game.
And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Running back searching for a hole. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful, and you're making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So I like when offenses commit to the running the football, no matter what the outcome is, because those body blows do add up.
That's caught. It's Martin. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Out of the gun, the inside give. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. That's reeled in. It's Snow. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now facing a 3rd and long. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. And the Nittany Lions have their offense in high gear. The run from the shotgun. Jumped on top of the pile. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Nittany Lions can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Ivy. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. He was really beating himself up over that interception and that loss last week. I know he's thrown a pick in this one, but he's looked much more certain.
And what you ask quarterbacks to do nowadays and how much you put on their plate, one mistake is okay. Those usually aren't the ones that are going to kill you. So
pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and
He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
This quarterback right now is in a groove. He's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
It's caught. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
And after that completion, it's decision time now for the head coach. Do you kick a field goal, add to your lead, make it more difficult on the opposing offense, or do you trust your quarterback to make one more big completion here and ice the game?
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it on the move. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
And how about this coach, man? Trusting their offense, trusting their guys. You could punt the football away here on 4th down and see if your defense can end this game, but he wanted to end it on offense.
Fighting for the goal line, and the ball's out. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And they take it in for 6 more points.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense. Not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's going to bring it out. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. To the air, it's Newton. Quarterback extends the play. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great.
Lost one deep down the right side. Makes the grab inside the 30. Touchdown, Illinois. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. On the move, it's Martin. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Saunders. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Today's game in football, it's about getting your speedsters in space. Why? Because you let them do the rest. You get them the football quickly, let them break tackles. You see so many times them making plays after the catch. So hard to stop.
To the ground with the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Wants to fire on 2nd down. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but...
And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Illini! The defense takes matters into its own hands. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments.
So much pressure on this defense just to get a stop on this drive. They were trailing, but after that turn of events and the interception, they've now got the lead. And remember, they're going to have to come right back on the field. They've got to be able to refocus themselves, but what a play.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Things have not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far to avoid the upset. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Saunders. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Saunders.
My old coach said, you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, never complain.
The Nittany Lions in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass. And he dropped it, just didn't hook the thing all the way in.
That's one the offense just needs to be able to hit, right? That's a completion they should be able to hit in their sleep. Receivers got to do a better job.
The Nittany Lions come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Grab near the marker. It's Saunders. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Routes like that are great times to be quarterbacks. I got great, fast, speedy guys on the outside. Quick drag route, get the ball in his hands, let him do the rest.
With the catch, it's Martin. Turning it on! Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Man, I love this guy's toughness. All game long, he's been getting hit. He's been sacked multiple times, and here we are late in the game. He's still staring down the barrel, gets nailed, but is able to deliver a big completion for his offense.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So the opportunity with a touchdown here to take a 4th quarter lead. A 1st down run in the red zone. Touchdown, Penn State! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
And this is a running back, guys, that gets better as the game goes on. Here we are late in this one, and he's still breaking off big runs. Impressive, making people miss, showing you the speed. And that touchdown gives his team the lead.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Tulsa is in front. They've answered the bill today, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They're up by 5 over Charlotte. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking to throw, it's Newton. Get it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass. It just never developed. Illinois can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Snagged in the middle. It's Dixon. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. 3rd down and 1, and this is why they call it a gut check. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Trying to convert. Illinois comes to the line. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Going over the top. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. The decision to go for it does not pan out. This game is so close to being salted away if the offense can just run out the clock. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Got a man. It's Saunders. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field.
And with that incompletion, it now sets up a very interesting decision.
Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. The Nittany Lions have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Illinois offense returns to the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
The Fighting Illini needing to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking downfield, it's Newton. Fires to the wideout. Had it right in his hands in the middle of the field, and it trickled to the ground. It'll be 4th down. Trying to convert. Illinois comes to the line. Has to get there to move the sticks. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. To the air on 1st down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. He wants a big play here late. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
I'll tell you, this offense just can't afford too many more incompletions because time's running out in the game. They need big plays in the passing attack, vertically down the field, and they've got...
Fires one high and deep. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Throws toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link.
Going for it all. He's got it. Touchdown, Penn State. He got a step and just dusted the field. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
He'll try to tack on one more. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. The returner will field it and bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Wants to throw. It's Newton. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. He spikes it. Clock stops as they try to rally late. The Fighting Illini needs to get it to the county line for a first down. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He'll pull it down. Oh, he just avoided taking a big hit with the slide. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They can't stop the clock, and the defense really can't do anything about this, David.
Nah, great spot to be in for the offense. They know.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, that one falls incomplete. That hasn't happened a whole lot today, though. This dude has been lighting this defense up with his speed. He showed great hands.
Unleashes one deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And the defense finally stops him, right? He's had a heck of a day, and they're taking a shot down the field to him. And I think they've gone to their go-to guy because he's put up numbers, and he's been productive, and he's got that speed.
He tries to take the top off. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs. And after this play, the cake will be baked. It's Newton. Here's a heat. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Laundry down on the field as the pass is incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
The forward pass used to be illegal in football. That one still is. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
Yeah, it's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good. So many ways to hurt you. And you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.